Jonathan Nolan. I'm the creator and one of the executive producers of the show.
Thank you so much.
So what
You're very
secrets can you share about the next season? You left us a whopper.
No, I don't know any yet. Chappie hasn't told us what we're doing yet. We're very much hoping to continue what we did last year, which is tell engaging stories of the week, but continue to kind of build our long serialized story, the big story that we're telling. And it's really about evolution. Not with all due respect to the other JJ show this year, not revolution. Small steps, small, but I've always been most interested in shows like Lost, which changed the game a little bit, season to season, changed the rules just a little bit. We have, a show that has a rule set that's about adapting that just a tiny little bit. So there's an evolution between the characters, as we did all season, the changing relationship between Kevin's character, Taraji's character, Michael's character, Jim's character, and the way in which they all interact with each other, the secrets they're keeping, going from enemies to allies. So we want to keep that shifting, changing set of relationships moving into the second season, but we want to evolve the relationship between our four human characters and our fifth kind of non-human character, which is the machine. We've largely been sort of a silent partner in the show so far. We want to just change that just a tiny little bit.
How quickly are we going to rescue our hero?
That will be telling. Part of the great pleasure, one of the great pleasures writing the show is writing the relationship between Lisa and Finch. So we don't want to be away from that for too long. But Root is a formidable enemy for our characters for this season. Really enjoyed working with Amy Asher so far. We have big plans for her characters.
So is she recurring for the season?
Amy will be doing several episodes for us this season.
Are there any other guest stars that we can look forward to this season? Things to tell us about?
The amazing Mark Sachs, who's our amazing casting director, has a couple of fun surprises in store for us. But I don't want to tip him.
Any regulars, or is it just a guest?
We have a new regular character, which is not a human either, and weighs about 75 pounds and is incredibly cute.
Can you talk about the difficulties of writing both the story and taking place presently and then tying in the backstory, flashbacks that appear throughout the episode but continue to drive the story?
Sure. Absolutely. It was, we modeled a show that when I thought of the concept and when I was working with JJ in the beginning, sort of pulling the show into a shape, it felt like a natural procedural in that the show is about people. It spits out, the machine spits out one number a week, corresponds roughly to the crime statistics of premeditated murders in New York City. It kind of maps out just about right. So our show is about a different person every week in New York City. But you have this bigger story about the characters, their relationships, technology, paranoia, surveillance, all of these sort of ideas that we wanted to play with artificial intelligence. And the fun thing about this is you have this challenge each week of telling a complete story within one episode, because that's the nature of the show, but also kind of spinning out this bigger story, and it's a challenge. But what's great about it is, unlike a show which is purely serialized, and there are some fantastic ones out there, I'm a big fan of a lot of them, and cable is very good at doing purely serialized shows, because they only have to do 12 episodes, they don't have to do 9 episodes. The difference in a network show with that much serialization is you would have to start making shit happen just so things happen. And the nice thing about the serialized aspect of our show is we only make a move with these characters, we only reveal a piece of flashback when the theme of the episode warrants it, and as we're sort of continuing to roll the ball. So things happen in our show because we want them to. But it's tough. It's really tough. Basically, breaking 2 stories all the time on every episode, and those bigger moves. We have an incredibly talented writing staff. We just got very lucky, and they're in there every day, wrestling legs, trying to make it all, trying to pull it all together.
I'm gonna have to steal it from you.
Okay,
Oh,
thank
man.
you so much.
Thanks, guys. Really nice to meet you.